Hello and welcome to the next in our series on certification to success. This is all about getting certified in QuickBooks Online, but then what do you do after all of that as far as building your practice and getting things set up properly? So speaking of getting things set up properly, this happens to be the video all about that. In the prior video, we actually went through how to sign up for the Pro Advisor program for QuickBooks Online, how to get to the training materials, tips for how to take the exam, and then hopefully between the last video and this video, the tips helped out and you guys are all certified in QuickBooks Online. Now, I wanted to mention one thing that I should have mentioned in the last video. QuickBooks Online is a very dynamic product. It's constantly updating, constantly changing, and improving, in my opinion. It's getting better and better. The exam is written once a year or updated once a year. So usually around the months of September, October, the exam's being developed, the new update. And then by November each year, the brand new certification exams come out. So here's something that could be an issue. So for those of you still going through the exam, I just want to make my point here. If you go to the test drive to try and test out something, let's say it's receipt capture or some topic on the certification exam, and the exam question is saying you've got these choices, and you're looking at the user interface or UI, as you'll see that around. If you're looking at the UI and you're not seeing that option in the test drive, it could be that Intuit has already made an improvement or a change to QuickBooks Online since the exam was written and locked down in the fall of the prior year. So good practice is to actually get to those webinars that I mentioned in the prior video. Go to the webinars and download the slides. The slides have screenshots in them that are the QuickBooks experience at the time the exam was written. So I have to say, us trainers and the content developers have a real tough time keeping up with that, because QuickBooks Online, we love that it's dynamic. We love that they add new features all the time. Well, I don't know that we love that they move things, but in general, it's for the better. However, it could make taking the exam a bit difficult. So if you are struggling with an area, or maybe you went through and you saw an exam question and you're not seeing in the test drive the actual answer, if you're looking at a screen, go back to the content, go to that slide or that particular section where we discuss that, and chances are the screenshot that is on that slide is going to be in the format of the exam. So quick tip. The reason I'm saying this is it does happen. So you need to know that when you're taking the exam, you're taking QuickBooks, you're going in the Wayback Machine to the way QuickBooks looked back in the fall of the prior year. Okay, so at least you're not knowing at least you know you're not going crazy, right? It doesn't even say that. Well, there's reasons for that, and it's because the product's changing and upgrading all the time. Okay, so that's my little speech about that. So again, good luck if you're still going through the exam. This particular session is you can watch this anytime, even if you're not finished with the exam, and you can always return to it after you finish the exam when we get to the part about publishing your Pro Advisor profile. But you can do all this background work before actually publishing it. And again, you cannot publish your profile on the Pro Advisor directory until you've passed that certification exam. Okay, so that being said, I am sharing my screen, and this is Betty the Bookkeeper's bookkeeping firm that we set up in the prior video. She at this point has 3 clients. When you first set up a QBOA, QuickBooks Online account, you probably will not have any clients here. I can also tell that Betty has 1 QuickBooks Online client. This is an advanced QuickBooks Online advanced subscription. And these 2, there is no QB icon, which indicates to me that possibly Beth's Burgers and Jimmy's Taco Truck either haven't had QuickBooks set up yet, or they're in another system, or maybe we're just helping them with consulting or could be a number of things, but we do not have access to their QuickBooks Online if they have that. If I engage with Jimmy or Beth later, they can invite us to their QuickBooks Online, and that would add that to the list here. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. But before I really dig in and navigate around here, I want to point out how I got here. How did I get back to Betty's practice? Because if I log off right now, which you can do by clicking B and sign out, B is her initial, clicking sign out, I could leave the practice or the firm. So I'll just go to the next tab on my incognito window here, and the actual website is qbo.intuit.com. And basically the website is actually this right here, qbo.intuit.com. That's what you're going to put in your browser when you want to log into QuickBooks Online. I should mention, you see it says C13. The last time I am logging into cluster number 13 on Intuit's servers. That's all that means. You may have noticed when new features are rolling out in QuickBooks Online, you'll see some new features on some clients or in your own books before you see it elsewhere. Because as they roll out improvements, it goes cluster by cluster, or server by server, I should say. So not all of the rollouts of new features hit at the same moment. So we're going to log into cluster 13. I also bookmark qbo.intuit.com because it helps me get to this website really quickly without having to type it. Let me show you my bookmarks. And here's just another tip for you guys for when you're setting up your stuff. So basically, I have a QBO menu here on my Google Chrome. And these are different instances of QuickBooks Online that I can get into. So QBOA is my QuickBooks Online accountant. So if I click there, it's going to take me to the login screen. So you might be asking, how did I get all of these lovely bookmarks? They're basically bookmark folders. So I'm going to go to the three dots in Chrome. And this is actually a Chrome feature, has nothing to do with QuickBooks. You can see I have something for Google Office. I have my storage spaces. I have my schedulers and other things. So I've got different ways or different bookmarks that I've set up and organized. So bookmarks can be set up very easily, and it's a Chrome feature. So I'm going to click Bookmarks and Bookmark Manager, and let's open that up. It went off screen, so let me bring it across. So inside QBO, I've got all of these different bookmarked web pages. QBO Advanced Test Drive, the QBOA Test Drive, Plus Test Drive, you know, some other things. QuickBooks Payments, chat support, sometimes I need that. So I've got it all held under this one folder. So basically, when you set up a new bookmark, let me get out of my bookmarks here. Let's say I do want to bookmark Prezi. That's my presentation software. So I want to bookmark Prezi. So here I am going to Prezi, and as soon as I get there, I hit the star, which is bookmarking it. I'm going to add the bookmark, and I'm going to add it to my communications folder or my QBO folder, whichever one you want. If you're not seeing it, you can choose another and all your folders will be there. I'm going to say it is communications because I'm presenting. So now I've saved Prezi, and you can see my star is blue now, in a new folder called under communications. So if I go to a fresh browser tab, here's my Prezi. Now I could have edited that. I could right click it and edit the name and just call it Prezi. And so again, these are all Google tips. It's all Google. So what's nice about this is now I have custom menus. And if you look here, I also have custom menus for QuickBooks Online. So if I was logged in to a client file, I could click Payroll Center here, and it would actually take me to an Employee Center in whatever file I'm working in. So bookmarks we can get into later. It's kind of a cool little thing, but that is how you get logged